2009, dude. Classic. Raven Software. I think the first time I saw them was the port of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. But they did a lot of these Activision Marvel games that are stuck in copyright heck. Foxman. But yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine comes out in a couple of days, so I've been cautiously optimistic about it because of Disney. But you know, as stuff gets closer to coming out, it's easy to get turned up. Damn, look at Jackman. Jacked man. And yeah, I watched the movie again the other day, so I wanted to talk about it. Because I actually kind of think it's good. And it's appropriate since Deadpool's in it. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Very normal. Yeah, a lot of people talk about this game, how awesome it is. But they always say it's based on a shitty movie. With so much shitty movies that have come out in the town since this one. That don't look so bad. In the not too distant future past. Whoa.
I'm the best there is at what I do. At least the people still living after I'm done doing it say that.
Is that his voice? It used to be pretty rare to get the actor's voice in the game. Cool gun. His laugh. Yeah, at the beginning of the movie. Alright, so it's fucked up because, like, I was confused because, like, damn, Wolverine's mom is a hoe. Because she has two sons, right? And a dude. But then another hairy guy comes knocking. And, it gets revealed that the dude that was there. Because there's two little boys. And I guess one of them was supposed to be, like, from a previous relationship. And then the younger one was, he thought it was the dude that was there. That was his dad. The hairy guy comes in and, like, slaps his mom around. Or no, he kills the dude. And the little boy gets pissed, and it ignites his claws. Ignites his powers. And he kills the hairy dad.
In fact, I don't remember much of it.
That looks exactly like how Sabretooth grows up into. And he tells him, she was a liar. I guess he wasn't a mutant, or he didn't have healing factor.
You smell nervous.
Better than how you smell, that's for sure.
Drop zone coming up.
And the one brother tells him to, you know, take off before they kill him. But it's funny because when the little kid Wolverine gets pissed, he's like, ah! It made me laugh. They be landing on the dude. Yeah, this is 30 frames. 25 frames. Nice and choppy. Yeah, imagine if they remastered this shit. I haven't played this game in years, but I remember really thinking it was awesome. Oh shit. You can get like different costumes. Oh shit. And it's awesome how he heals. That's how it looks. Fuck this guy. Then cut him in half. Cut this bitch. Yeah, I know it's cool to watch him heal. That's tight. They couldn't even do that shit nowadays, probably. And then yeah, after that it shows like a credits montage of like Wolverine and Sabretooth fighting a bunch of different wars and shit. The secret war, the Civil War, and it gets to the point where they're in Vietnam, and what's his face, Cottonweary, Liev Schreiber. But at first I was pretty like critical back in the day, like what, that dude's Sabretooth? There's no fucking way. But in watching it again, like he actually did like get in pretty good shape, and I like his performance as Sabretooth. I wish he was in Deadpool and Wolverine instead of the fucking Bryan Singer Sabretooth. What's his face? Michael Myers. But yeah, Liev Schreiber tries to rape a chick in Vietnam, and it gets him and Wolverine in trouble, and they get sent to a firing squad. But since they survive, it gets the attention of Stryker, William Stryker. And I had just watched X2 before I watched this movie again, which I'll talk about that when I play the other Wolverine game I'm gonna play. But yeah, it is kind of cool to see like the difference between Danny Houston and Brian Cox. Houston's a little slimier, and Brian Cox is more of just like an asshole. But yeah, it's basically like Suicide Squad. Like he wants them to join his team to do some government shit, government wet work. And that leads into the scene in the game at the beginning where they're in the plane. It's like the Predator bootleg scene where they're all making quips, which is why Ryan Reynolds is pretty perfect in the movie, and like he's definitely the best part in the beginning. There's a funny line where Ryan Reynolds calls Sabretooth claws the like claws of a bag lady. And he like Sabretooth's like about to whip out his claws, and Ryan Reynolds is like manicure, and he pulls out like his sword. I love that he's in it in fucking Blob, dude. Even though he doesn't quite, he's not as big as like he would be in like today. If they did it, he'd be like a big CGI thing. But I appreciate that they had like a guy in a suit, and that guy's a good actor too. I was forgetting his name. Kevin Durant. That's right. And fucking Dominic Monaghan, Mary. The worst ones by far is Will.i.am. Like, how the fuck did he get in this movie? But yeah, it's interesting that Blob is like, when they show them in the flashback when they're doing this mission that they're going on, he's like, he's just like big and buff. So I guess his mutation was that he just got really buff. And then he lets himself go and he becomes a blob. And there's a nice little like hallway fight scene where Deadpool gets to kill all the drug dealers with the swords and shit. They like to flex him like a fucking lightsaber. But then basically what happens is like they round up all the drug dealer guys and Stryker wants them to like kill them all. And Wolverine's like, fuck this, dude. Doing that shit, and he just takes off on him. And that's how they like break up. And then yeah, it cuts to like the present day, and Wolverine's living out in the fucking Canadian wilderness in a little log cabin. He's got this super hot wife. He's like a lumberjack and shit. There's a funny part where he's like, Wolverine's got to get in the truck to go to work with the guys, and like the chick stands at the truck to like, she's like waiting for him to kiss him in front of everybody. But yeah, dude, she's smoking. And then it cuts to like this carnival scene where they're like, these two kids are like going up to Donovan. They're going up to fucking Mary. Because he's like, has this trick where he can light up the light bulb without it touching anything. And I think the chick is Michelle Williams. A young Michelle Williams. Young and fine. And then yeah, basically like Sabretooth shows up at Dominic Monaghan's trailer. And he fucking kills him. And when he dies, Wolverine has like a nightmare. And he's like in bed with the chick and he's like freaking out. And so later on you find out that the chick is a mutant. So it's cool going back and watching it again because like they're seeing her power is like she can make people do stuff if she touches them. And so it's cool to like go back and watch it because like she like, you know, touches Wolverine because he like cut her in his sleep. And he was freaking out about that, and then she just like touches him and he calms down and goes back to bed. Although they said that her power didn't really work on him, so I don't know. But there's a scene later on where he's in the truck with her and these like rednecks are blocking the road. Canadian rednecks. And they're about to get into a fight and she touches the guy on the shoulder to like get him to move his truck and shit. But yeah, basically Stryker goes to the job site and he tells Wolverine that he needs him to help him find who killed Mary. And the fucking sharpshooter guy, Agent Zero, he like shoots Wolverine's cigar out of his mouth, and it's like a bad CG effect. There's a couple of questionable CG shots in this movie, but yeah, basically Wolverine tells him to fuck off. And then they have another scene where they're like at home together, and she's like on top of him. And she's telling him about this legend about a guy that loses his girlfriend or whatever. And he makes fun of the name of it, and she's like, it's Quequatsu, means the Wolverine. So So I guess that's supposed to explain why he's named Wolverine. I remember as a kid back in the day, it was a big deal when like, oh, his name's Logan. Well, and then later on they said no, it's James Howlett. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why does he have all his names? But credit to this movie for like fitting them all in and trying to explain them all. But yeah, eventually Sabretooth shows up and he kills the chick to piss off Wolverine. And they have a cool little fight in a bar. He's like, Victor! And I like how they show like how Sabretooth, he's a little more animal-like because he like runs on all fours sometimes and shit. I remember thinking it was a little silly back in the day, but it's actually pretty impressive, like how it looks, without having to resort to CG. You know, I appreciate it. But yeah, eventually like Sabretooth beats his ass. He drops a fucking truck of logs on Wolverine. And he tosses him around. And there's a fucked up part where he like Wolverine's fist is next to the edge of a railroad track and he like stomps on his bone claws. I was like, oh shit, it was fucked up. But yeah, it was basically a ploy, you find out later, by Stryker to get Wolverine to agree to be enhanced Weapon X. And yeah, it's a pretty cool sequence how, you know, they put the adamantium in it. The only issue kind of is like, he escapes right away, so you don't like get him busting out with the cool helmet like in the comics. Although later they did do that little shot in one of the, I forget which one of the later Fox X-Men movies they did it. It was like a Apocalypse or fucking, I don't know which one. But they eventually did have him in the helmet, which would have been cool. But in this movie, I can see where people kind of like fall off after this sequence. Because he's like running butt naked through the forest when he escapes. Oh yeah, but they explain why he has Wolverine on his dog tag. And they ask him what he wants his name to be. But yeah, like I said, it does look pretty brutal, like showing the needles like going in his skull and shit. I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, he runs into this old couple's barn. And old man's like, put on some clothes or whatever. Oh yeah, he said, you're not on the drugs, are you? That was lame. But he basically like lets him stay there. And then there's like another kind of funny sequence where Wolverine's in the bathroom and he pops his claws out and it's like another also bad CG shot. And he's like touching them together and shit, and he accidentally cuts the sink. And he's like fucking everything up, and the old man's like, "You're all right in there? You're not whacking off?" I'm surprised they didn't go that far. But yeah, luckily the old man is cool because he has like a motorcycle in his barn. And he gives Wolverine a fucking black and yellow jacket. And they're having like a nice little talk, and then the fucking old man and the woman get blasted. And like all the strikers and military guys are there to get Wolverine. And there's a cool shot where they blow up the barn and Wolverine's like jumping out on a motorcycle. It's pretty sick. But yeah, they basically chase him through the woods and it kind of ends at like the edge of a cliff. jumps up and like slices a helicopter. It's a lot of bad like green screen shots of him like attacking them or whatever. But the shots of him being chased in the woods are pretty good. And then yeah, Wolverine goes up to the wreckage and he fucking gets on the intercom, and I guess that's how he finds out it's Stryker working with him. He basically tells him he's gonna fuck him up. And the Agent Zero's all fucked up in the helicopter, and there's a cool shot where Wolverine's walking away and he like sparks the ground with his claw, I guess. It makes like a trail of fire, and there's like an explosion as he's walking away in slow mo, which is pretty cool. And oh yeah, Stryker's freaking out, and he's got like a scientist homie, and he's like, the only thing that can stop him, and he's got like a box, and he opens it, and it's adamantium bullets. I was like, oh shit, that's cool. And then yeah, I totally forgotten this, that fucking Cyclops is in the movie. Because basically Stryker's plan is to like snatch a bunch of mutants and take their powers and put it into a new Weapon 11. And then yeah, there's an awesome sequence where like Wolverine needs to find out how to get to Stryker, right? So he goes to meet up with Will.I.Am. And he's like running a boxing gym or some shit. And fucking Blob is there, and he's all fat now. And like I said, the fat suit, it looks really awesome. And he has to like box Logan. And there's one part where Wolverine punches him in the stomach, and it like CG vibrates his belly.
I bet you thought you were lucky.
Like I said, nowadays they could probably do that a lot better. Like in the cartoon where like he would stab him and he'd go all the way inside and shit. He could like spit you out. That would have been cool.
I'm at the site now, sir. The pilot's here, but he's dead. There's no sign of the rest of the team.
Oh no, that's right. So Wolverine like
How's
gets the upper hand. John Doe has the upper hand. And he headbutts him. And he's like, tell me where Stryker is. And that's when he finds out that Victor and Stryker were working together. Oh, and then yeah, there's a cool part where it cuts to Cyclops, and he's in high school, and he's getting chased by Victor. He's like running on the walls and shit behind him, and he like clips Cyclops' leg, and his glasses fly off, and he blows up half the school. But yeah, like I said, they basically want all these fucking powers to put into him. And I think they said something about how like Cyclops, he's in class, right? And like the teacher's like telling him he can't wear glasses. But he's saying like he can't see. Oh no, it's later on at the end, at the finale. Never mind. I'll get to that. Oh yeah, when he was interrogating Blob, he points him to the direction of a mutant that escaped Stryker's island. So he'll know how to get there. And he's like Remy LeBeau, card player in New Orleans. It's like, how did you just randomly know about some guy from New Orleans? Oh yeah, and Will.I.Am's power is he can teleport, which is whack. Especially later on when it comes into play. But yeah, they basically just get on their motorcycles and drive to New Orleans. I don't know, it seems like they would have been far away from New Orleans, but I don't know. And yeah, I had totally forgotten that Gambit was even in the movie. The only really cool part of him is like in this sequence because they like come into a casino and you can see the back of Cyclops and he's like flipping cards around and shit. And I know a lot of people criticize that guy, Taylor Kitsch. Wasn't he in John Carter of Mars? Wasn't that the name of that movie? The Disney movie? I mean, I know it was a book, but I remember nobody went to see it, but it was actually a really good movie. And it's, oh yeah, his accent's kind of weird. This is the only time he kind of does, like, he tries to be like the cartoon voice a little bit, which is like, you know, that's his voice. That's how Gambit should talk. And Wolverine's like, are you Remy LeBeau? And he's like, do I owe you money? Nope. And Remy LeBeau I am. But yeah, I think he's not bad. Just at the time, it's like, come on, man, this isn't enough to be called Gambit, you know? But it's cool that he's in the movie. I remember for a long time, what's his face, Channing on your Tatum tried to be Gambit. They like, I don't know, they promised it to him or some shit. I guess they could just never get like a good script. You can imagine how shitty they must have been. But it would have been cool. And then yeah, while Wolverine and Gambit are talking, like Sabretooth's in the back alley killing Will.i.am. And oh, there's a cool part where Gambit like, there's a cool shot where he like flips all the cards in front of him and then like shoots them at Wolverine. Although I don't know how he can like manipulate the cards like that. I thought he just like lit them up and threw them. But whatever. Oh, because Gambit thinks he's like there to take him back to Stryker's Island or whatever. And then when they're in the alley and Wolverine sees Victor, Gambit comes from behind. He's like, I ain't going back to that hellhole. And then he just like does the Batman back fist without looking. And they have like a little standoff moment. And Wolverine does the middle finger claw joke again from the first X-Men movie. And yeah, he's like stabbing the shit out of Sabretooth because he's got new claws. And then for no fucking reason, dude, like Gambit just gets in the way and lets Sabretooth go. Just so him and Wolverine can have like a little fight, I guess. Oh, that's right. He does the middle finger to him because Gambit has a staff and Wolverine's like, nice stick. And then he gives him the middle finger. And then there's this awkward CG shot where like Gambit like is climbing up a wall. Or no, he's climbing up like a... Yeah, he climbs up a wall with like his staff, like he breaks it in two and he climbs up. It looks funny. And then he like flips over onto a catwalk on the other side. And in order to get him down, Wolverine like is like stabbing back and forth like an angry little kid at the catwalk ladder until he brings him down. It's like a funny looking shot. But he basically tells Gambit at that point that he needs him to take him to the island so he can kill everybody. Oh, and there's a scene with Stryker where he's like trying to explain the Weapon 11 to some general guy. And they show Ryan Reynolds under the sheet. And he's got like the stitch lips. And basically the general's there to tell him that we know about your son, that he's a mutant. Which, if you had already watched X2, you'd know all that backstory, which is cool. But the general like wants to like cancel the Weapon 11 program, and he fucking kills the general and shanks him. And then yeah, so Gambit randomly has a plane that he won in a card game or whatever, and it's a really bad like ADR scene, and he kind of like just gives up trying to do the Gambit voice. But Wolverine basically drops into the island. Oh, and there's a fucked up shot where you see like Deadpool like on a hospital table, and they're like sticking needles in him, and they do that thing where they have like the medical clamps on your eyes to keep them open. It's like really freaky looking, but he's got like black outlines to kind of make it look like the Deadpool mask. And then yeah, so Wolverine finally catches up to Stryker, and Stryker like explains his grand plan about taking all the mutant powers and shit. And he reveals that the chick that died, she comes out, she was working with him. Because it was like a way to like keep tabs on him. And he's like taunting him like, she never loved you, it wasn't real. And Wolverine's like, it was real for me. Like, oh, she trifling. she should feel bad. Yeah, I guess they explain why, like, even though her powers aren't supposed to work on him, it like would calm him down, and he's like, I should have known, I ignored what I really am. So it's kind of like he did know. Not that she was a mutant, but like it wasn't her power that was like keeping him in check. It was his love for her. But the whole reason she's still helping Stryker is because he kidnapped her sister to take her powers. And it's confusing because like the little sister, she like turns into diamond, so you think it's White Queen. But they had to come out and say, like, that's not who it was. It's just someone else. And then, yeah, Sabretooth comes in, and he's like, give me the adamantium. And Stryker's like, nah, you wouldn't survive. And Victor's like, so I can take anything he can. And he's like, no, he can't. He's like, oh man, that hurt him inside. And then he like picks up the chick and like he's gonna choke her out, and he's like, let's kill her for real this time. And then you hear Wolverine go, Victor, and he has like a funny like pose where he's like flexing. He basically like kicks the shit out of him again, and he's like, kill me, do it. Wolverine, he ain't like that. Oh yeah, Sabretooth's like, all that rage, do it. I was like, oh shit, adamantium rage. Oh, but he sees the chick and she's like, you're not an animal. Even though he was supposed to be the Wolverine, she was the villain. And yeah, he pulls back, pulls out. And then yeah, the chick comes down and she tells Wolverine that his sister's trapped. He's like, where are they? And it's like she just turns around. They're like, they're right there. And he like frees them all. You see all the mutants like in cages and shit. And you know, Stryker's like, "Oh fuck, hurry up and activate Weapon 11." They're like, "This shit's not ready yet." And he's like, "I don't give a fuck." And so they're all like, Wolverine and the chick saved all the mutants. It's like Indiana Jones. And then they come up to this doorway and it opens up like the big Johnny Cage shot. And there's fucking Ryan Reynolds in his weird red pajamas. You know, his mouth is covered up. And he's got like these weird like lines on his body. And he's got fucking Baraka claws, dude. Baraka swords instead of katana. And Ryan Reynolds has to do a lot of acting with his eyes. Because Wolverine's like, wait, is that you? And he's like, I guess Stryker finally figured out a way to shut you up. Because earlier Stryker was like, wait, you'd be the perfect soldier if you didn't have that mouth on you. And so yeah, all the kids and the girl have to like save themselves. And Cyclops is, he has this cool like giant bandage on his face, which kind of looks like how when they made Cyclops a bad guy a few years ago in the comics, he had that big like X on his helmet or his mask or whatever, which is pretty cool. But yeah, the mutant chick basically tells the sister and Cyclops to like go save themselves because she's wounded. And Cyclops can't see, so like the diamond chick has to like guide his eyes to where the bad guys are shooting at them. And he like opens the bandage and blasts them. And he's like hearing voices. It's fucking Xavier, and he's like, go left. And she's like, what? How do you know where to go? And he's like, just trust me. And then yeah, Wolverine and Deadpool have this awkward fight on top of like, it almost looks like a silo, like the top of a silo. It's like too big. And it's stupid because Deadpool can like teleport and do all this dumb shit. He's got the laser blast. But eventually Sabretooth comes and helps his brother and they team up. And then at one point like Wolverine's like hanging off the side of the edge of the big concrete ring or whatever. And Sabretooth has to fight Deadpool, and he like gets shot with a concussion blast. And he's about to like keep shooting him, and then Wolverine comes from behind and like chops his head off. But like the eyes are still open, so it's like his head's spinning around while the concussive blasts are like destroying the giant concrete ring. It's pretty stupid. And he has a nice little moment with Sabretooth where Leaf Striper's like, we're brothers. We're brothers, look out for each other. And he like jumps away before the whole building crumbles. You don't see what happens to him, but Wolverine like jumps off. And like all the fucking concrete's gonna fall on him. And out of nowhere, fucking Gambit like flips in and saves him. And then Stryker, he's like, oh, before it blew up, there's a shot of Stryker, and he's like getting the adamantium bullets, and he's got like a nurse there, and she's like, he'll heal, and he's like, his brain will heal, but his memory won't. And then Wolverine's trying to like leave, and he sees the hot chick, and she's all wounded, and he's like, I'm gonna get you out of here, and he's like carrying her away, and then fucking Stryker comes, and and then Stryker comes. There's a cool shot where, like, you know, he's carrying her away, and then you see the gun in the frame, like in the foreground, and it shoots him in the back, and it kills the chick. And Wolverine's fucking like, ah, he's all pissed, and he's about to jump and pounce on him, and Stryker fucking shoots him in the head. The adamantium bullet. It's pretty brutal. He like stands over him and shoots him again. But then as he's walking away, the chick, she's not quite dead. And she touches his ankle and she like, because he's about to shoot her. And she like forces him to like, she tells him to walk until your feet bleed and then keep walking or whatever. And then yeah, all the kids come out safe from the facility or whatever, and you see a shot of fucking de-aged Xavier. I always thought it looked weird, like, was it really de-aged or was it like a entirely CG Patrick Stewart? I remember seeing it originally, it looked weird, I don't know. On the Blu-ray it kind of looks like a de-aged. I don't know, it was weird looking. But then yeah, basically Wolverine wakes up and he doesn't have any memory, he doesn't know who Gambit is. And they're walking away and they see the dead chick and he's like, you know her? And he's like, no, I don't think so. And then yeah, there's 2 after credit scenes, which was interesting, because Fox was doing this kind of early, the post credit stuff. Oh, counter! And there's one where like they show Stryker and he's like, his feet are all fucked up, and the military catch up to him and they're like, "Sir, you're wanted for questioning in the death of the general guy." And then the second one is like the real after credits. And it's like Deadpool's hand, and it's like crawling, and it comes up to his head, and you see that the wiring or bandaging, whatever, is off of his mouth, and he like says, "Shh," or whatever. It's so supposed to be a tease. So in a way, it's kind of cool that, like I said, Deadpool's in it. Even though it's kind of like, what they did with them was kind of stupid. But it kind of naturally segues into Deadpool movie. Even though he doesn't have all those powers anymore. And they actually showed his real origin. You could kind of pretend that they're like... I imagine they'll reference it in Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah, X-Men Origins, not that bad really, and like I said, it felt like they were actually taking stuff from comics to adapt, rather than nowadays just like only using the characters and just making up their own bullshit stories. But yeah, I like it. That's tight.
Logan, be careful!
Kayla, stay back!
Oh shit. Yeah, he does
I was
both of
always
them.
better at this part
In the
than
movie,
you.
he just does one. I think.
Now, where'd your old lady get to?
Oh shit.
Please, Kayla, stay with me. You're okay. You're okay.
No, Logan, she isn't.
Stryker.
Bury her face in the boogie.
I came to warn you.
You knew he was coming?
Victor's appetites were becoming too public. We had to confine him. He felt betrayed, went AWOL. Said he's coming for all of us.
So you didn't come to warn me, you came to save your own ass.
He killed Wade. You were supposed to be next.
She didn't even have any blood on her.
What's your plan, Captain?
I'm gonna find him and kill him.
You already tried. You can't beat him, Logan. You know you can't. But there is
Rocky,
another option.
You can't win.
I can give you the tools to defeat him. I can promise you two things. You will suffer
that's supposed to
more
be Stryker?
pain than
I was like,
any
who the
other
fuck
man
is
could
that?
endure.
Oh, he's gonna transform.
Your bones will be coated in adamantium. When we're done, you'll be able to withstand anything, even Creed. Where did you fight him? This box is more important to me than his life. Don't even think about what the hell. Stand down, Captain.
My brother, my responsibility.
Damn, full Nelson pump.
Command. The operation was a success, but he can't be trusted. We have his DNA for Weapon 11.
This is cool.
Terminate him.
Everyone on the line! Go, go,
Don't get the full helmet in the game either.
Targets contained near Lab 2. All units converged. Open fire! This is Viper 6 in transit. Wolverine 132 are on the way. Don't let up on him! Maintain your
Dude, they should have had the helmet on.
Hold him in the crossfire!
Weapon X just wiped out Alpha Team.
That's impossible.
like you. Bub, I'm one of a kind.
Attention all squads. Experiment in augmentation lab 3 has broken free. Is extremely hostile and is to be shot on sight. I repeat, Weapon X is to be shot on sight.
Oh, there's more than one.
This is Colonel Stryker. You mind explaining what in blazes you're doing? You've killed my men. Control, son. Stand down.
He's in. Seal the room. Targets contained in lab 2. All units burned. Straight zero on the way.
School's in,
What the fuck? Can't see him. Where the fuck is he? Oh shit.
Particularly yours. Surrender and we'll talk. I give you my word, you won't be harmed.
Personal log, Captain William Stryker.
Our top scientific minds
Fucking
would
Weapon
have
X
us
took
believe that the appearance
time
of
to
Homo
get on a
Superior
computer.
is little more than an aberration.
Stupid.
But what if they're wrong? What if the number of mutants continues to increase?
And what if they become even more powerful? To the point where they determine we're no longer necessary. The incident with the team in Africa has shown you that me.
Is this all you can do? Give me your best shot.
Weapon X. I mean, injected with a poison while you were in the adamantium thing. You have to come to my lab. I'll unlock a door for you. And
Oh,
be
shit.
careful.
So you're saying that-
They've sent ghost squads.
Ghost.
What the hell was that all about?
Whoa.
You even blink and you're dead.
He's out.
Your friends used too much cologne. Activating cloak now. Advancing on target. Activating covert mode.
Oh, man, leveling up. Ooh. And I want to use my shit. Upgrade Wolverine's Fury. Berserker.
combination in the nucleotide subunits. If all goes well,
range isn't as cool as the last.
Weapons up! Maintain fire! Keep it up! Keep firing!
Really cool. Nice, good shit. This game's pretty cool, but yeah, it does get repetitive with the enemies.